In this video, I'm going to try a new kind of product and I've never done a review for it yet on my channel. Can you believe this? I'm more than 5 years on YouTube already and this is going to be a first review. This is the device for nail art and you can create all kinds of nail art, especially ombres, abstract nail art, geometrical nail art within few minutes on 10 nails. I'm talking about Airbrush by Beauty Airbrush system. I'm super excited to try this and also I'm going to be my own model because it's time to redo my left hand. Let's get started. Hello guys, this is Anastasia. I'm super excited to try my new Airbrush by Beauty Airbrush system. Let's start with unpacking. We have some manual and tips. And this is the Airbrush system. It includes the handle, which is going to be the most important part, the actual tool. And we also have an air compressor, some additional pots right here, small and big one. This is the system for cleaning, and we also have some spare parts for replacement, charging wire which is USB and USB Type-C, and a wire. Let's put it all together and try it out. We need to use this big curly wire to connect two most important parts. First one is this one, the compressor, the air source, and then we have another one which is an airbrush itself or airbrush pen. Make sure that you connect them really well, because if there will be some empty space, the air pressure is going to be different and you might not get the result that you're expecting. To spray the paint, you need to use the trigger. Slightly press on it and then pull towards yourself. When the trigger is in its original position, the tunnel for the paint is fully closed with the small needle. But once you start pulling it, it is going to open a little bit. So once you fully pull it, it will be completely open. You can choose this position depending on how intense you would like to apply the paint. You will see the small cup on the top and we are going to apply paint there, but when you use it for the first time and from time to time when you clean it, I recommend to use a regular water. Apply some water inside and close it, but closing is not necessary, by the way. Then turn on the compressor and this is how you can practice spraying the water. I honestly tried my best to record this part on a dark background so you guys can see it, but it didn't work, so instead I will just show you a picture from the internet of what it should look like. This is what it's going to look like once you spray the water or the paint out of the airbrush. Let's try it. I'm going to practice by doing some nail art on the tips first. All kinds of laces and beautiful fabrics will work perfectly for it. This is the one that I have. You can create the background of anything that you like, acrylic, gel polish, and do not forget to buff the surface before applying the paint. So I apply some magenta pink color first, and then I add some more purple because I would like to create some kind of ombre. Airbrush is perfect for creating any kinds of ombre. If you want to do a multicolor, if you want to do black and white or any kinds of challenging colors, you will definitely be able to do it with the airbrush. Just make sure you do not hold it too close to the nail, because the more faded colors will be, the easier it will be to create the blending and ombre look. Then we take the laces off and this is the beautiful design that we have. We just need to seal it with a top coat. Let's try something else. There are plenty of stencils that we can also use for the nail art, and they always have two parts, external and internal. First, I'm going to use an external triangle stencil and I just apply it on the tip again, and I spray one side with a beautiful emerald green. I also use some yellow on the other side. When you're using airbrush, there's always a temptation, once you do not see the intensity of the color that you wish, to get closer to the nail, but please do not do this, because it may mess up the design if you're using stencils, and eventually it is also going to chip from the product. Then I use internal part of the triangle and put it right on top of the triangle that we already have. And now I'm going to create an ombre. I will use a yellow on one side and the same green color I used for the small triangle on the other to create an ombre. So basically I use the exact same colors, I just apply them on the different sides. When using airbrush, any kind of ombre is truly a matter of a few seconds. Then we take off this triangle and this is the design that we have, like an optical illusion. Now let's try it on my nails because it's time to do new extensions and new nail art. I just took off my press-on nails and then I'm going to trim the free edge and prep them for nail extensions. I decided to do gel sculptured nails. I'm probably going to use some light color because I'm thinking of some summer style nail art and it is better to have a white background for it. Every time I take off nail extensions and see my naked natural nails, I'm like, whoa, I truly forgot what you guys look like. Now let's apply some dehydrator and non-acid primer and a thin layer of the base coat. Cure it in LED for 30 seconds. I already fit the form. I'm going to do one of my favorite shapes, which is almond, and I'm using milky pink color. In the jar, it looks like it is a little bit of pink, but once I apply it on the nails, I think it looks more like milky. Oh well, I just need a really light background for my nail art, so I think this is going to be a perfect fit. Recently I received a comment under one of my recent videos, something like, Anastasia, I noticed that you are doing so many soft gel extensions, but I really miss sculptured nails, like gel sculptured nails. I wish you could do more of those. And I realized that yes, it's actually been a while. I am doing acrylic and gel nails sometimes, but not as often as I used to. I realized that I am missing this process as well. You know, this satisfying part when you fit the form, apply the product gently, file and shape it, and this is why I decided to do sculptured nails on myself. I always start with a foundation. I create the free edge and the shape, a very thin layer. Then I cure it for 1 minute in LED lamp and then I take more gel and build the structure of the nail. The apex, the cuticle area and all that. Cure it for 1 minute as well and we're almost done. I always try to do the kind of application where we will not really need too much filing and shaping. I will only need to slightly file and shape the sidewalls and the free edge to make sure they all match and buff the surface, which is not going to take me more than 5 minutes. We're almost ready. Let's finally do the nail art, and I will start with the circle and put it right here on one side, and on another nails I'm going to use the floral stencils. I started with a yellow paint and then I realized that this color is so light and pale and pastel that you can hardly see it on the white. Oh well, this is just the first color. There's going to be more. If you wish to clean or wash the water cup, simply add some water on the top and spray out the remaining paint together with the water. Next color that I'm going to use is neon orange, and I'm just adding some abstract spots on some areas right next to the yellow. To wash the water cup, you need to do the same, just add some water. By the way, you do not need to wash it after every single color, is up to you. I recommend doing this when you're using a dark color first and then you use the light color, or if you feel like a paint tunnel might get clogged. Then I'm going to use some magenta color, and only at this point I realized that I can actually use a tissue underneath my finger, so I will not paint my palm as well. By the way, you may notice that I'm not using any kind of protection for my skin. And yes, we can definitely use a liquid latex and apply it on the sidewalls and around the cuticles and then take it off and it's all going to be clean. But we're using water-based acrylic paints. This is not gel. That's why it's absolutely safe to use it on the skin, and when I'm done, I'm just going to seal it with a top coat and wash my hands with warm water, and it is easily going to come off. And honestly, I do not have any liquid latex right now with me, but spoiler alert, it washed off very easily. This is what we have now. I think it already looks pretty with this ombre, and now let's take off the stencils. So we have a circle here and we have some florals. We can barely see them, but this was the intention, and also I think I need to get another kind of yellow paint. Oh well, this is not the end yet. We're going to continue doing the art. So then I thought I might add some yellow in the center of the circle, but since this yellow is super light, I decided to do something different. So I'm going to use an external part of the circle stencil and apply it right here. And instead, I will spray some neon orange in the middle because I want to get the look of the sunset sun. Let's add some more bright colors to this design. I use some tropical plants stencils, apply them on some nails, and use emerald green paint. By the way, on some nails I went too close to the nail, and I think you can see it sometimes. When the stencil looks too wet, that means I applied the paint too close. But don't worry, it's truly a matter of a little practice. Once you do a few nails, you will understand how to use it properly. Then I needed some pastel green color, but I don't have one. So I decided to create my own. So I'm using the same emerald green color and mix it with the white. But these are water-based acrylic paints and they dry pretty quickly on air. That's why we need to be quick. So I quickly mix them and put them into this water reservoir and then spray it on the nail. My intention was to get some multicolored tropical plants and also to get this dimensional look of the florals. After spraying the paint, make sure that it's dry before you remove the stencil. I think it worked. It looks kind of cool, and this design definitely has some summer vibes. This design could be finished at this point, but I decided to add something else. This nail with the sunset sun, I apply this part of the stencil and spray some black color. I would like to create a look of the sunset on the ocean, so I'm spraying just a tiny bit of black. Do not add too much. Take it off, and I think it worked. And also I would like to add flamingo, but I'm not doing the one with the pink color. Remember, this is the sunset, so we will only see the silhouette of the bird. So I'm going to use the same black color but apply a little bit more compared to what I added to create the ocean. This is truly amazing because you can create any kinds of nail art with the airbrush and no hand painting skills are required here. Wow, it looks so cool. And then I thought that we do not have any green colors of this nail, so to make our composition complete, I'm going to add some more tropical leaves on one side and on the other. At this point, I finally felt like I get it, like 100%. I can totally feel the distance where I need to spray the paint. I understand how to take off the stencil, and it's always sad when you're feeling like this and your nail art is almost done, like there's not that many nails that are left. So I just couldn't stop, and I added some more extra leaves and plants. And obviously I'm super excited to create more nail art in the future. When you finish your design, make sure that the paint is completely dry. You need to wait 4 to 5 minutes, and this is what it looks like before sealing with the top coat. And now we need to seal it really well. First, I apply the top coat, which has a sticky layer, and cure it for 30 seconds, and only after that I seal it with a no wipe top coat. So yes, I did 2 coats and that was on purpose. Let me guys know what do you think about this design. I definitely like it, but I also think that I should have added more bright colors such as pink. It will make it brighter. Oh well, I will definitely do it next time. The links to the airbrush kit that I used will be in the description box as usual. And now let me show you how to clean the airbrush after you're done with the nail art. You don't really need to clean it after every single nail art. You can clean it at the end of the day. Let's say if you have have multiple clients. So first we need to separate the pen and the compressor. Gently clean the tip of the needle, but be careful because it's very thin. Cleaning brushes are included in the kit. Then add some water into the water container and turn on the compressor. Block the airflow with your finger, turn on the airbrush, and this is how we're going to clean the paint. Once you're done that, make sure that the water you're spraying out is completely clean. If you still see some leftovers of the paint, then you can repeat this with the clean water. It was fast cleaning, and now I will show you how to do the deep cleaning. To do this, you need to get inside of the airbrush, and we're going to clean the most important part, which is the needle. Be careful when you take it off. I recommend you to use a paper tissue or a soft fabric, but make sure it's lint-free. You can add some alcohol and clean the needle like this, always in the direction of the edge, and you do not want to go in a different direction. Once it's completely clean, you can carefully put it back. Be gentle and do not rush. Ideally, it should go very smoothly, and then we need to put all the parts of the airbrush together. After cleaning, the needle should look completely clean. You will not see any leftovers of any colors of the paint. It should have this clean steel look. Thank you guys so much for watching. If this video was helpful, do not forget to subscribe and give me a like, and I will see you in my next videos. Goodbye.